The Hawk and the Owl. Once upon a time, in a beautiful kingdom called Calabar, there lived a kind king named Effiong. King Effiong was very special because he ruled over not just people, but all the animals too. That's right, the birds in the sky, the fish in the rivers, the elephants in the forest, and even the tiniest ants had to listen to the king. Now, the king had a favorite messenger, a magnificent hawk with sharp eyes and super-fast wings. This hawk was like the royal mail delivery service, but way cooler. He could zoom through the clouds and deliver messages faster than you could say pizza delivery. For many, many years, the hawk worked hard for the king. But one day, the hawk realized he was getting older and tired. His wings weren't as strong as they used to be, and he needed to think about retirement, just like when your grandparents stop working and spend more time with you. So the hawk flew to the king and said, "Your Majesty, I've been your faithful messenger for so long. What will I do when I'm too old to work?" The wise king smiled and said, "Dear hawk, you've served me so well. Here's what I'll do. Go find any animal you'd like to eat, bring it to me, and I'll give you permission to hunt that type of animal for the rest of your life." The hawk was thrilled. He spread his mighty wings and soared high above the forests and fields, looking for the perfect choice. He flew over rivers, mountains, and through fluffy white clouds, searching everywhere. Finally, deep in a dark forest, he spotted something small and fluffy that had fallen from a tree. It was a baby owl. We call them owlets, who had accidentally tumbled out of its cozy nest. The poor little owlet was chirping softly, all alone and scared. The hawk gently picked up the owlet and flew straight back to the king. "Your Majesty," he said, "I choose owls." The king nodded and declared, "From now on, you may hunt owls whenever you're hungry." But wait, the hawk had a very wise friend. Let's call him Wisdom Bird. When the hawk told his friend about his choice, Wisdom Bird asked a very important question. "Tell me, my friend, when you took the baby owl, what did the mama and papa owl do?" The hawk thought for a moment and said, "That's strange. They didn't make any noise at all. They just watched me take their baby and stayed completely silent." Wisdom Bird's eyes grew wide with concern. "Oh no, that's not good at all. You need to return that baby owl right now." "But why?" asked the confused hawk. "Listen carefully," said Wisdom Bird. "When someone is really angry but stays quiet, they're usually planning something big. Owls are creatures of the night. They're most powerful when it's dark. If you keep their baby, who knows what they might do to you while you're sleeping?" The hawk realized his friend was absolutely right. The next morning, he carefully carried the baby owlet back to its parents and gently placed it near their nest. The mama and papa owl were so happy to see their baby again. But now the hawk had a problem. He still needed food. He flew around looking for other birds, but word had spread quickly through the forest. All the birds had heard about what happened with the owlet, and they were all hiding. Not a single bird would come out when the hawk was around. Just when the hawk was feeling really hungry and worried, he spotted a farmyard full of chickens. There was a mama hen with her fluffy yellow chicks, all pecking at the ground and enjoying the warm sunshine. The hawk thought, "Well, maybe chickens will work." and swooped down to catch the smallest chick. But, wow, what a commotion. The moment he grabbed the little chick, the mama hen went absolutely crazy. She squawked and clucked and chased after the hawk, flapping her wings like mad. The rooster crowed so loudly it could wake up the whole village. All the other chickens ran around screaming and hiding under bushes and in the tall grass. It was like the loudest, most chaotic party you've ever seen. The hawk carried the noisy little chick back to the king and explained everything. How he'd returned the owlet because he didn't want any trouble, and how he'd found these very vocal chickens instead. The king smiled and said, "Perfect. From now on, you can hunt chickens whenever you're hungry." When the hawk got home, his wise friend Wisdom Bird was waiting for him. "So tell me," asked Wisdom Bird, "what did the chicken family do when you took their baby?" The hawk laughed and said, "Oh my goodness, they made the biggest noise ever. The mama hen chased me, the rooster crowed, and everyone was squawking and running around like crazy." Wisdom Bird smiled knowingly. "Ah, perfect. Now you're completely safe." "But why?" asked the hawk. "Here's the important lesson," said Wisdom Bird. "People and animals who make a lot of noise when they're upset usually get all their anger out right then and there. They'll fuss and make a big commotion, but then they'll calm down and go to sleep peacefully. But those who stay silent when they're hurt, they're the ones you need to worry about, because they might be planning something sneaky for later." And so, kids, the hawk learned to always hunt chickens and never bother owls again. The chickens would make noise but then forget about it, while the owls, well, it's better not to find out what quiet, angry owls might do. This story teaches us something really important. It's actually healthy to express our feelings. When we're upset, it's okay to talk about it, cry, or tell someone how we feel. Keeping our emotions bottled up inside isn't good for us or for others. So remember, when someone hurts your feelings, don't stay silent and plan revenge like the owls might have done. Instead, talk to a grown-up you trust, express your feelings, and work things out the right way. And that's our wonderful Nigerian folktale for today. Did you like learning about the hawk and the owl? What do you think you would have chosen if you were the hawk? Remember to always be brave enough to share your feelings, and never forget, the wisest choice isn't always the first choice that comes to mind. Thanks for joining me for story time today. Amazing kids. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed our adventure. And I'll see you next time for another fantastic folktale.